to DoseOfDan. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to be taking a step away from the urban exploring and doing a gaming video. Now, I'm not much of a gamer myself, so this is very much out of my comfort zone. However, we're going to give it a go. As you can tell, this isn't even my account, it's my girlfriend's. Anyway, so we're going to create the new games on City Skylines, and we're going to go on the Diamond Coast. The reason I'm picking this one is just because it's the one I've played on the most. As I said, not a big gamer, so if there's a better option, let me know in the comments, and we'll go from there.
One eternity later.
Okay, so now the game's loaded in. What we're going to be focusing on is a functioning city. We want a functioning but profitable city. Now, to get that started, we're going to need to be as very cost effective as possible. As you can see, we start with 70,000 and the time is paused. Down here it shows us what our demand is needed. So at this moment in time we've got a very high demand for residential. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to create this road here, I'm going to bring it forward. I like to create my main strip of a road here. I like to create that. I'm just going to go 400 out, 400 out, and then we're going to go to here. No, what we need to do is we need to merge these roads together. So we'll get one single road like this, just bring it in. And then we'll bring it like that. And then I like to go to a little double road here. And just build out. Give us a nice little working space to go with. Keep it as straight as possible. Now we do need to be focusing on money. So we're only going to go 3,600 out. So now we've got that main road strip. We need to just make sure. Yeah, so that's coming in, that's going out. And we're perfectly fine with that. So now we need to build where the roads to our residential zone. I'm going to use the dirt road just because it's the most cost effective. It's got an upkeep of 19 cents a week and it only costs $20 a cell. As where if we go back to the start, this one here is 32 cents upkeep, so it's more or less double, and it costs $40 per road part to set. So head back over this part. I'm going to leave it there like that, and then we're going to start building from here. We'll build our way. No, we don't want to build from there, we want to build from here, so that it's not affecting and adding in any more junctions. I'm going to go with 220 out and 300 across. That should then, ideally, we don't want any of these gaps. So we're going to need to close that off and try again. Sometimes it's just a bit of trial and error. Maybe 200 out and 300 across. Maybe that one. There we go. So now we've got rid of the little gaps and it'll be better for building in the future. I'm going to do that on both sides. 200 and 300. Boom. There you go. Now we've got a matching one and we've got a baseline to start building. So if we just follow this all the way down, 300 by 200, 200 by 300, and so on. What I'll do is I'll finish adding these up and then we will come back to it. Okay, so now we've got the roads here added on. What we want to do is add some residential zone. So the reason I've got this here is because this is going to act as my main road. And then these here are going to be my side streets to the road. We will eventually upgrade them, however at the moment money is tight. So our main demand here is residential, so we'll get some of these. We'll fill in all of these side parts. No, we don't want to fill in all of these. So what we'll do actually is get rid, change this to blocks so it's easy to manage them. We'll fill in here to here, and then here to here. So then when we do plan on expanding our city, we haven't blocked the road paths and have to destroy any. We'll also get rid of these here. Big problem averted. Shall we just fill these in as well? Okay, so now all of the residential is filled in. We need to give the residents a place to go to work. So what we'll do here is change to our commercial zoning. I'll just go maybe 3 blocks out on either side, and I'll drag that all the way down. Then that will add in some commercial, and then behind that I'll just add these back to homes. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to leave this part blank, and I'm going to add that on there, because we are eventually going to add our industrial zone in this section here, and we need to be cautious of noise complaints going forward. So we've added that there. We'll add some green here. This side we can be a bit more easy going with and just add it all the way in, because it won't reach over, or ideally it shouldn't reach over. So the reason I'm putting the industrial zone here is because personally I like to keep it here and then I transfer it up here once I've been able to buy some more, because the train station, if I'm correct, is in that direction. It just won't let me see it yet because I've not unlocked it, and that's as far as I can zoom out. So we've got that there. Move back over here. We have got the base now. Now when the residents and the commercial start to build, we need to give them power and water. So as we can see, we've got no power, we've got no water. So we'll start with the water, we'll head down to the sea. But before we add any of the pipes, the outage and the intakes, we need to look which way the water is flowing. So if we click on this, it should give us a little guide. I do feel like it's not showing it me on this occasion. I'm not sure why, but I'm sure if we play it, look at which way it's flowing, we can see it's flowing downstream. So what we want to do is we want to put our intake valve here. So we head back onto the water section, click pause on that again, just so we don't start losing out on too much money. Get our water intake valve, which is this one here. Pump that in here. There it is, it's showing us which direction it's going in now. That's what we wanted. So, and then we know the water's going that way, so we come all the way down to our furthest part where we can place things still in our zone, and we place it there. Now we need to connect pipes from each building. So we'll put that there and connect it to there. Now that's water going to and fro. Now we just need to add it all the way to our industrial zone. Now eventually the pipes will be a lot neater than this, however I'm just going for a convenience. I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you, just so you can see sort of better what I'm doing. Alright, I've completely lost control of my keys. And let's move back over here. Now I'm going to put one straight down the main high street. Space already occupied. Okay, so I'm going to have to do it like that, and then go down the main high street. It's not letting me go down the centre for some reason. And now what we can see here from the blue lines is that it's not going to be covering this part or this part. So I'm just going to put one there, all the way up to the top, grab one here, and all the way up to this little intake part. We'll add it to there. Then we just connect that part up there. So now we've got that, now we need to get power. So we go back to the electricity, we can see each little blue part here where there is buildings or a form of power. There is nothing here yet because the houses haven't started to be built because I am paused. So let's create some power. So I personally go for the power lines when I'm first starting off because they're the cheapest to run and the cheapest to plant, and you get more for them. The coal place here, you're getting 40 milliwatts of power as compared to wind, which is much healthier, I will agree. However, you're only getting 0 to 8 milliwatts and it's costing 6,000, as where this is costing 19,000 and I'm guaranteed 40 milliwatts. So it's the more beneficial option for the time being. So as I said, we're going to have an industrial zone over here. So what I need to do first of all, before I can do that, let's get rid of that. Just need to plant some more roads. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant one here, just go by 1500 so it gets us down and out of the way. Go back over to my electricity, get my coal plant, and put that as far away as possible because that's going to create a lot of noise pollution. So the next problem is we know there's not going to be any power going to it. So we need to create a power line, take it from here and run it all the way to where the buildings will start, which will be here. But then we also need to get power over there, so I'm going to run it up here and then be cautious of that road there and there. That'll get power to it. Now we do have to be careful because we've only got 20,000 left. So now we've got the power lines, we've got our main pump all the way around. In theory, now fingers crossed this works, we click play, power should start going to them, which I don't think it is because I've not connected it up. I need to add a power line from here to this one. Now that should work, power's going through, and we should start to see them water pipes building up. We need to have the blue and green. If we've only got a blue, then it means our outtake isn't working. If we've only got a green, then it means our intake isn't working. So that's all building now. We can see here, if we click onto the top corner, this gives us all the stats for our city. It tells us our electricity, we're using 0 milliwatts, but we're producing 40 milliwatts. Obviously, it's not working properly. Now this little issue we've got going on here, I've just noticed, is because there's no buildings connected to it. So we need to speed this up and hopefully buildings will start to form here. We need them to, there we go. So now they're building there. If we go back onto the, it's connected, they've now got power and water. That's what we needed. Our money's still going down drastically because we're still building, so it's a downhill climb. But yeah, so as I was saying, if you go back over to here, you can see your electricity. Now we're producing we're still producing 40 milliwatts, but our consumption is 3 milliwatts. Same for our water. We're currently producing 120 a week, but we're only consuming about 6,000 a week. Same for the bottom. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to our economy. Let's look at our economy. We don't need this to be at 100%, so we're going to lower it all the way down to 50%. now we're at 50%. That'll reduce our outgoings, which is what we want. We can see here now our outgoings is going down a lot less, and in theory we should start seeing this go into the green. And there we are, we're in the green. That's what we like to see. But now, if we go back down to our little bar here, we can see our residential is not performing. Sorry, not our residential. Our, I can't remember what it's called. Industrial zone. And that's because we don't have an industrial zone. What we need to do is now we need to create one. So that's what this section over here is for. That's there. Now then, we need to create that. We need to be adding some roads in. Again, I'm going to go 200 by 300. Top line there. 200 by 300. Now, I think I have made a mistake. It won't let me have that road because that building's there. Let's see if it will let me move it. Just added a building, not the right one. Maybe I'll just replace that because we're going to put some of that in there anyway. Let's go here. Can I move that? Yes, I can. That's what we like. It's going to cost me 3,800 to move it though. Fortunately, that's just a small price I will have to pay. So, go back to that road. Let's finish it off. We can afford to add another one in. That will help us. So, it's going to be you know, it's going to help our city grow. So, it's a cost I'm willing to let go. So now we've done that, we go back onto here, get our industrial one, and some industrial. So, I've added them on. Now, in theory, when I click play, that should now start to grow. Because I believe I need to put that there. So, that should start to go down, which it is decreasing nicely. Our money's going up, our popularity is going up, and that's a good thing. So, with regards to milestones, if we go down to this little padlock here, first of all, let's just come off this. If we go down to this little padlock here, it tells us what sections we are at and how close we are to the next one. So, to meet our first section, we need 500 population. We can see here we're only at 285. So it's still got a little bit to go. Once we've hit that population landmark, then we will have taxes unlocked, loans unlocked, garbage is unlocked, healthcare unlocked, education unlocked, and some new buildings as well. Now, in this little segment for the videos, I think I'm just going to do it a couple of stages at a time. So we'll focus on Little Hamlet and Worthy Village in this video. Hopefully we can get up to Worthy Village, and then we'll go from there. So, coming back onto this now, we can see this has got no water going to it. It's a simple fix, but I'm just going to pause the game here so it doesn't affect my popularity. And then we go back onto our water. We know there's no pipes. We grab that, bring it all the way down. Problem solved. But we've got no intake. So all the way around and connect it back there. Now, again, in theory, this should work. And these water pipes will look a lot neater when we've got more infrastructure to work around. At this moment in time, I'm just putting it where it's needed. So if we click play, boom, another problem solved. Go up to our happiness. Our residents are happy. Our residents are seen to be a little upset though, but that's building nicely. That's going up as well as the green. So we know we need to place some more green buildings. But I'm going to leave that for the time being because there is still quite a few building. So let's just see where that goes. That should hopefully go down as well. Ah, we've reached our first landmark. So we have reached Little Hamlet, meaning we've got a population of 500. So now we've got unlocked taxes, loans, and some new services, as well as some new buildings. This is a really good stage because it will increase our income, because now we can go into our economy, go straight over to taxes, and we can up them to 12% before the people of our city start to complain. What I'm going to do now I've reached this landmark is I'm going to quickly save the game, just because it's got a tendency to crash and I don't want to lose this small progress we've got here so far. But before I do go ahead and save it, I can see we've got a little electricity problem going on. And I've got a feeling this is because, yeah, our consumption is now more than our production. So, simple fix, go to our economy, go to budget, and up that electricity budget. We'll put that to 60%, so we're upping it by 10%. Or 9%, because it doesn't allow us to pop it in, and that's the easiest one we can get to. Go back, go to electricity, problem solved. So, now I'm just going to quickly save this game. I see there's my other world I have been playing on, so we're going to call this Daniel's New World Order. Have a little bit of fun with it. We'll save that. So then, hopefully, the game doesn't crash on me again. But if it does, it's all backed up and we're good to go. So as we can see, our population's still growing, our money's still coming in, which is good. It means we can grow. So what I'm going to do here is get rid of that so it takes me back to this part. Head over here. Go to my roads. I'm going to build some more roads. I'm going to keep them dirt. We're going to go out again by 200. You know what, this time we'll go 220. And we'll go across by 300 still. That's going to destroy that. It's fine, we can rebuild it. It's just sometimes it doesn't always work out the way I want it to. So, the residents aren't very happy right now because I've destroyed some of their land. So we want to keep it as straight as possible, which that is doing. Go all the way here and pop that on there. That's not letting us put anything there because we have to power lines. It's fine, it's an easy fix. What we're going to do though here as well is just going to bring this out by a small amount, because as I said, we are going to be focusing on our commercial over in this direction. So we aren't going to focus too much on this end, and we're just going to focus more on building outwards. Now again, they're not going to be happy because I'm about to destroy a building because of that. But it's fine. So, the money's gone up, that's what we like to see. Now, I am going to add some little commercial places here as well, just to let the economy grow a little. But if we go on here, I'm just going to get rid of one of these power lines for a moment whilst we need to build. So I'm going to pause the game so it doesn't affect any of the residents. Head back to... so we can see what we're doing. See, now we can have things in. I'm going to place these here. Just having some little corner shops, barb shops, stuff like that, floating around. So again though, what we want to do is not build... let's zoom in. I don't know why I'm doing it so far out. When we can zoom in. Let's build here. Let's get rid of this. So then it's an easy build out. It's the one thing I'm always forgetting. So get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. And this will start to bring our problems with our residentials down. Now I'm going to leave it there and leave that blank, so then when we do build out, I'll destroy any more homes and hopefully keep them happy. Again, just going to throw down some little commercial places here. Build some on this corner here. Put one there. Then we're going to go back. And I'm going to build this way. Because just thinking about where we're going to put our commercial land, it's going to be in this area, so I'm going to try and build more this way so the pollution doesn't affect my residents. Always got to think of the residents, they're the ones who bring in the money. But here we are, so keep that last one blank. Problem solved. Now hopefully, we'll put some here as well. No, it's not problem solved because I have put some houses or commercial buildings here. Now it's problem solved. So we go to click play. This should now start to go down. That should start to go down. That should roughly stay the same or may increase because I've added more houses. So just to prepare for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here. The power still is affecting it, so is that affected or is it reached in? So they're actually sourcing the power from there. So the good thing is my water working? Yeah, or my... No. So this is probably due to money. What we need to do then is, before we do that, just to confirm it, click on this. Yeah, so our production is now less than our consumption. So go to the economy, again, we just up that. We're to closest one, 60. That should be problem solved. Click on the water. Boom, problem solved. Anyway, back to building that residential. So let's get that road built outwards. Now, I'm going to put it all the way to the end here. And then we're going to build from this. So, what was my landmark? 300. So, we'll go 300 out. Try and keep that in a straight line. And zoom in, that normally helps me. Tell you what, for someone who wears glasses, I sure do like to do things a bit far out. So, we'll go here, here, line that up, and go here. So it is growing. So we go back there, back to our industrial, and we throw some more here. What we also need to look at though is garbage. Our garbage processing status is very, very low. So we need to add a landfill. We add that landfill there, it'll cost 4,000, that's perfectly fine now. That's not helping our residents. Hopefully, if I add it here, what I'll do is first of all, I will click play. Oh, we're already playing. So, my residence needs are not fulfilled as it shows there. Go back here, go to garbage. No. So, they aren't going to like the smell, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop one here as well. And that should hopefully fulfill the needs. Go to our economy, make sure it's got some money. So it's got 120. I don't feel like that'll be enough, so I'm going to up that all the way up to 150 and hopefully see that start to make a difference. We've also got some water and electricity issues. I think that's because the water pipes are not there. So what we'll do is we'll just expand that out and we'll connect that there. That fixes another problem. And then we need to do the same for up here. And later on in the game we'll go through it all and we'll neaten up these pipes once we've got more of an infrastructure. Like I said. We'll just put that across there. So why is that not? That's because that's our landfill. We'll get rid of that pipe there. Problem solved. So our electricity and our water needs to be upped again. This is where it starts to get a bit more fun. So we'll up them to 75. We'll say 75, 73, 74. That's where it's wanting to sit, so we'll put it at 74. This one's the same. We need to start looking at adding more pumps and more coal places when we're surpassing the 100% mark on this. That's when I like to add more, and so then I'm not wasting too much money. I'm not going to be able to get that there, am I? My partner, she's a proper gamer, so Her mouse sensitivity is ridiculous. You sneeze and you end up 4 houses across. It's staying there. We're going to settle with it there. But if we look as well, why are they still having water issues? That's all fit? No. So why is that not working? No electricity. Why have they not got electricity? Because it is no longer connected. Let's zoom in and try and fix that problem. I'm going to pause it so it doesn't start to affect our city. Grab that, grab it there, pop it there. Now if we click play, hopefully that's fixed it. So we've now got a blue and a green. Blue and a green, and everyone's water problems are fixed. Which is good, apart from these people. They've not got any water. So we'll throw that all the way through and we'll just connect that up there. Problem solved. Should be. Problem solved. So, where are we at now with our next milestone? So we've done that one. Our next milestone, we get new areas we can unlock. We unlock district policies, more loans, fire departments, police departments, unique buildings, and some other special effects. These firehouses and police stations are very important because it will increase our happiness. So our residents' happiness at the moment is quite low, so what we need to do is we need to try and up that. If we go up to the school part, we can add a school in. It costs £10,000, we've got 25,000, so it's beneficial. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add this school in here. That will make every resident around a lot happier, and it should up our elementary school. There we go. That's now working. If we click on this, we can also add in a medical clinic. I'm going to pop that over in this section here. Keep it there so then everyone is happy and they're close to the construction area as well. That then keep our healthcare team happy. Death care at the moment we've not got, that's not unlocked, nothing to worry about. So our garbage still isn't working. Why is that? We've not got any complaints at the moment, so maybe we just ignore that until we do. Definitely fine. We've got some more residents coming in, being built, so we'll speed that up. That should start to fix the problems, get some more in, get all this green built. Why have we got no green there? So we'll add green here, here, and here. That should fulfill their needs. What we also need to do is, I forgot to do it earlier on. Now, bear with me, it's been a minute since I've done it, but you should be able to edit what the traffic light systems are. So we've just reached our next milestone. We'll look at that in a second. Let's just quickly fix the current issue we've got with the traffic lights and making them stop signs. So let's just pause this. No, so I cannot remember how to do it, but I'll look into that, and in the next video we'll go over it a bit more in depth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure everything's working smoothly. So we just need to up our electricity and our water. We also just need to add some water pipes in this direction. So again, we'll neaten it all out later on in the game. We just want to make it a functioning city at the moment. So back onto our economy and up these to 88 by 89. We'll settle there. And we'll settle the water on 90. That'll ensure everyone's happy. So our residents' happiness has increased, which is good, and that's why we wanted it. So on that note, we will leave it here. We're in a very good place. In the next episode, what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand on my industry section over here. Let's just click off that. I'm going to expand on my industry section and build that out a bit more. Build my residential and commercial more over this way towards the sea. Over in this way, and then potentially downwards here. But as I said, we'll leave it there for now. And thank you very much for watching this very new and unexperienced gamer. I say that in quotation marks. And the next video will be out in probably the next few days to a week. Something along them lines. We do have a lot of new things coming for the channel, so keep an eye out. I know me and the boys are planning on doing some different things. We've got a couple of birthdays coming up, so there's going to be a couple of videos around them. We're going to take a couple of ideas from the Sidemen, I won't lie. We are going to steal a couple of ideas and try to implement our own little twist on them and our own little span, just so we can go out and have fun as well whilst we're creating these videos, because we do love creating the content for you. So make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and make sure to go check out our new Twitter page. It's DoseOfDan. I'll leave the link in the bio or in the comments down below. And yeah, if you've got any questions or you want me to see me do anything on City Skylines, then just let me know in the comments, and I'll more than happily try my best to oblige to them comments and suggestions. Yeah, I had to get my girlfriend to help me set all this up today, so it may take me a little bit to get used to, but I'm here for the long run. Anyway, I will see you all next time. Take care. Bye.
Wave.